I saw a little tweet about a ridiculous formation that Bayern Munich were playing. The upside down 4-2-3-1. Turns out it works pretty well in the third tier as well. Welcome back. The 6th instalment of our Duisburg club build. And we're knocking on that door of those promotion spots. And it's what we want to see. We can still finish anywhere from 1st to 20th, mainly because we're not even halfway through the season as of yet. But we're doing all right. We've got a goal scorer that's gone over 10 goals already, or exactly 10, should I say. Few players that are doing all right, assists that are spread about a few positions, and an interesting formation to go through. Before we jump into that, if you could do me the favour of liking, subscribing, show support on the channel, be greatly appreciated. If you do give this formation a little go, pop in the comments how it goes on for you, because I'm intrigued to see how it gets on. I did try it on my other save, over on the Doleboy one. Didn't work so well. Talking about that as well, on the previous episode, the most recent one prior to this, obviously, on the channel, I've asked you a question on there, and I would like some feedback and some ideas from yourselves. So if you can scoot over there after this video, that'll be beautiful. So what we have is a bunch of games played and a ridiculous formation. We will start with our previous episode, which was quite a while ago, and I believe it was the game against Zwickau. So we've played a fair whack of games. I thought I'll come through to the end of the calendar year. I was going to go to, I think it was 1860, and I just didn't think there was any point, to be honest. So we've come back for Oberhausen and Preussen Munster, who were 7th and 19th. So I'd like to think we can pick up points in at least one of those games. But games since we last saw you. Dennis Schulte giving us a 1-0 win against Leiter. 4-0 win against Chemie Leipzig, who were the worst team in the division. We then played St. Pauli, who were the best team, one of, in the division. We beat them 3-0 away from home in our first run of this new formation, and I thought we got something special on our hands. It's been pretty good. Obviously, we know the team's picked up anyway, just due to the fact of our previous kind of results. But it's doing good for us. We had a 1-0 win against Berliner AK then. Lost to Hallescher 1-0 with a 91st minute game. 91st minute goal to lose the game. We were all over them. We just didn't score. Very frustrating. We then played Turkey Munch, beat them 2-0. We then lost to 1860 Munich, 2-1. Unterhaching was a 1-1 draw. And then most recently, we're on back-to-back wins against Energy Cottbus in the 63rd minute. And Altona 93, we beat them 2-1. So, as a hey, Oberhausen and Preussen Munster. But Preußen Munster, I don't know, I'm not German, leave me alone. The formation, as I said, a little bit of a madness, as you can see. It's not quite what you normally go for. However, it does the job, and it does it pretty damn well. So we've got, obviously, your goalie, your 3 at the back, with 2 wide centre-backs. They prove a little bit of width out here. Your boy in the middle that's just covering, and then we've got 2 kind of defensive mids as well. In front of those to cover the gaps. So in essence, it's a back 5 and a front 5, no pivot between the two. It's kind of what your deep line playmaker does. Ish. It's working well for us. Schulte is doing really good out here on the left, as is Weishaupt. They're both on 8 assists apiece. Through the middle, we've got Sekelov and Neupert. They've kind of been unlocked a little bit as well, which is good. And Edmondson hasn't been scoring as regularly as he had been prior to this formation, but as a team, we're doing pretty good as well. So I'm happy to see how that goes on. The team for the game itself might change slightly during this. If it does, I'll let you know. But let's get into the game against Oberhausen. We haven't had any changes. There's a few little tweaks player-wise, like positionals. But no one's come out or in that was in there anyway. Nice, safe work from the goalie there. Runs out, puts his foot through it. Taylan Duman has the ball for our opponents. Not call them by their name again. Koenig, Christensen, Winkler. Nice little play from them. It's very compact in the middle, but when we get the ball back, it's just bang, get forward. I'm not set on it. It was only kind of I'll throw it in and see what happens. Brilliant. I'll throw it in and see what happens. But it seems to have been doing a good job for us. It's the defending that's a little bit sketchy. I had compared our kind of results against teams that are playing certain formations. The games that we've lost are also games that we've won against teams playing the similar formation. So it's not like a specific setup just completely wrecks it. But it is something I need to look into a little bit further. I have still been training our, should we say, normal tactics, just in case. We've passed the hour mark. We'll see what happens in this highlight. We're definitely having the better of the game. It's just that they've scored and we haven't. Usual way. The ball was warped to the goalie's hands then, which I'm not keen on. And he launched it forward, which will not win the header. We won the backup, so it's fine. It's fine. We won the second header. Weishaupt. I have already got a guy coming in, another right winger, from some team in Germany. Can't remember who it was. He looks all right. Left-footed, right winger. Should cover that well. This is what it's good at. Short passes, guys bursting runs. Beautiful. I was considering dropping the centre mids down to kind of centre mid, or even the wide guys to wide midfielders rather than attacking wingers. But at the moment, it's working well, so I don't want to tweak with it too much. It's more just kind of making it a bit more defensive, or at least a little bit more stronger defensively. Anyway, Christoph with a goal kick, boots it forward. And Noel wins the header, as we do. We win the headers. Volkmer has it. Works it short to his winger. Neupert, back to Schlax, Reuter. And Edmondson drops into the gap to receive the ball. It's a lot of movement, a lot of players flittering about. It works well with the kind of vertical tiki-taka base tactic. Because you're working to kind of short passes, just get it forward. I don't know. As soon as I go to say it's doing really well, something happens which makes me question that. Which is the hesitation. This is a long highlight. Usually means a goal at the end of these. And Daulu, Taki, he's already scored 12 this season, before this game, and he's now got his 14th. Not ideal. Few little changes. We've brought off Edmondson, Weishaupt and Rota for Doe, Hash and Store. Little tweaks about. We've popped Settlelove up top. Hopefully the fresh legs will give us a little bit of a chance to get behind him again. Get ourselves back in the lead. Of the two games when I'm expecting to pick up points, this wasn't the one. It would have been pleasant to because there were just a few positions behind us and now only 2 points. But yeah, I mean, if we are seriously pushing for... Oh, brilliant, someone's injured. If we are seriously pushing for promotion, then these are the games we need to be winning. Realistically, we're not. It's just building the team, kind of getting a formation we're comfortable and, yeah, people can't deal with, which I think we're working towards. It's just annoying to drop little points here and there. The win against Preussen Munster wouldn't do much regarding position. Move us up one place if things go our way. But what it will do is end off the calendar year with a nice little green dot, and that's what we're going for. We're going for it. Do you know what? We're properly going for it. We're starting off positive. We're going to go with Mola in goal, Quadwo, Noel, and Volkmer as the back three. With Rota and Schlax just ahead. I've changed Rota's to a defensive mid rather than a deep line playmaker. And then we've got Weishaupt and Schulte outside of Neupert and Seklov, with Edmondson playing up top. I'm not 100% sure what we would do. We'll drop him to be a target forward again. He did all right. Do you know what, lad? Just be a poacher. Go and do some poachery things. We've got a few of the youngsters on the bench as well, which we may throw on at some point, if I remember, or care to do so. Rook, Demir, out to Cueto on that left side. This is the issue with it. It kind of does leave the wingers a little... What a save. It does leave the wingers quite a bit exposed. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's pretty noticeable. Cueto's putting in the corner, and we're nodding it away. This is, as I say, this is kind of the issue that I want to see if I can fix somehow, but I'm not 100% sure how we'll go about doing so. Maybe we'll play I don't know. As I say, I'll have to have a little look into it. But I like the idea of wingers. I might just bin off the strikers completely, but we did spend quite a bit of money bringing in strikers. And we've got a guy up top that is scoring goals. So I'm not sure why I'd get rid of him, to be honest. But I have seen the whole strikerless thing work quite well. And what you need to do is have a little look at the video that I did with Andrew, because I tried it out there and it worked quite well. Just leave it at that. But go and have a look what happened. Free kick for Noel, just right of the goal. He goes to the near post and it smashes off said post, annoyingly. I'm going to drop us down to balanced, because I have a feeling that we've just been a little too aggressive. It's quite an aggressive formation as it is, so we probably don't need to be aggressive in mentality. But Quadwo has the ball with Rota. He's just kind of dawdling about, loitering in possession. Nooper, Schulte, Edmondson, back into Schulte, and just find options, lads. Don't need to rush. Don't need to do anything particularly too aggressive, but just make sure you got an option and runners. That's all we want. Options and runners. Rota into Schlacks. Schulte into Edmondson. He's got a few guys running past him. Everyone's turning round. Oh, and it pulls a decent save out of their goalie. Doesn't. That's a complete lie. It went wide. Weishaupt has a throw in for us. He's got to be offside from that. Volkmer's knocked it in, and the lino's got his flag in the air. That's a shame. It's completely accurate, but a shame nonetheless. Rook is taking the free kick from that, which I'm a bit concerned that we're getting a highlight quite so quick. Unless it's us pressuring them into making a mistake, but we don't really do pressuring too much in this formation. But Zeigler's gone through the attacking mid, put a good ball out to the right side where no one is. Schroeter has it, puts it across, Deuters, and it goes over. Edmondson into Schulte, all the way out to Weishaupt, forces him wide, annoyingly. He gets it back out to Rota on the edge, slacks. Rota is very aggressive, that is. We're starting very high up the pitch. If we lost possession, we're pretty screwed. We scored, Lino's running away. This one seems to stand. It's 1-0. Second half, we appear to have a free kick, again, just right of the box. Noel is stepping over it once more. Can he get it inside the post this time? No, he pulls a good save out of their goalkeeper. So Sekulov, back out to Noel. Volkmer on the back post, and a decent save once more. Corner. It actually is this time, rather than me saying it is. And it was just a bad shot. Weishaupt puts it in, and it's nodded away. Are we going to get a loose ball? Oh, no. Don't let them break from it. Oh, he's just smashed it into the crowd. Of course he has. We've passed the hour mark. Usual position and time for substitutions. So, what have we got? Both of the wide players aren't playing particularly strong. So I'm thinking, I'm going to try a thing. We'll swap these two over. We'll bring this into the... Anytime now. We'll bring this guy into the middle. We'll leave Nooper as an advanced playmaker on support. We'll go advanced midfielder out there on the right. And we'll go with this. What's the worst that could happen? Several things, but ignore all of them and only focus on the good ones. That'd be preferable. Weishaupt can come in just as a deep line playmaker on support. Just do defensive-y things. That's going to work perfectly. That is. I can't see that not working. To be quite honest, that has to work 100%. Must do. We have now. We'll bring on Peter Doe to play that role. Yeah, we'll go for that. We'll see what happens. There's no one else that's tired, really. Quadwo. I'm going to bring Schulte out. Bring Zarate in, because he's left-footed as well on that left side. Sekulov's on the right side. Neupert's pottering about in the middle. I've just realised I've got him as an advanced playmaker, so we'll put Doe in as a... What will we go? Box-to-box. That'll do the job. Beautiful. Into the last 5. Nothing has happened. Oh, we've got a highlight. Why has this been allowed to happen? Schlacks, short 2, Nooper, Zarate, Edmondson. There's a lot of players just compact in the middle. It should, hopefully, be beneficial for us, but as I say, we'll know very shortly. Doe all the way back to Noel, to Rota, Quadwo. Look at the state of this. Just all these bodies in the middle. Noel, short, Quadwo, Rota. You should always have an option, lad. Options and runners. That's what we were saying. Sekulov, he sees the run of Zarate. Oh, and he's put it wide. Oh, this is what we need to stop. No, I'm not a fan of that name. Trap. and it's nodded away. So we've got, what, a minute left of actual play. Doe's running out to pick up the loose ball. Are we going to have a break, or is that the end of the highlight? I should hope we have a break, but I'll take the end of a highlight and the finish to the game. Sekulov, Edmondson, Doe, as I say, options and runners. It's the theme of the episode, options and runners. It is now also the title. I thought he was good. It is. We scored. that was part of the tactics, part of the plan. You force them into a mistake with the constant pressure and the options and runners. Definitely isn't a complete fluke that their defenders just completely fell asleep. Decent run from Edmondson. It's just not good from them. Highlight from kickoff. What is this? Don't let it happen. I'm dropping us to cautious. We shouldn't really need to go because they're one of the weaker teams in the league, but I want to see the game through. I don't want to drop points. We've just scored really late in to make us 2 up to the good. Let's not concede immediately. We've conceded immediately. Of course we have. False alarm. False alarm. It's all good. Those stats are looking pretty tasty. Again, we're playing against one of the weaker teams in the league. Little pinch of salt. Take that with it. But some food for thought there. Maybe we just absolutely just rinse the middle of the park. I think that's probably going to be our best option. We'll return after the January window. I'm thinking for our game against Magdeburg, we might throw the Meppen game in there as well, if we're feeling particularly spicy. I'm hoping for a busy window, so we can just team it up with all that information. If you have enjoyed today's episode though, as I throw it down your throat all the time, like, subscribe. It'll be beautiful. I would appreciate it vastly. We have some items over there, so you can carry on watching. Make sure to watch all the several videos I've poked you at today as well. And yeah, let me know what you're thinking about the Doleboy save, because your input would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for your time.